Hi class, thank you for tuning into this video. I know it's almost Christmas break. I'm just as ready for break as you are. So I need you to lock in so we can get this done together. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the slope-intercept form of a line. So first I need you to take out that note sheet that I gave to you today in class. It says slope-intercept form at the top of it, and it looks like this. It has a front and a back. Now let's get going. Okay, so we're going to start with actually defining what slope actually is. This is the first blank in your notes. It looks like a fraction, I know, but slope doesn't always have to be a fraction. For example, 2 over 1 just simply turns into 2. If you want to write these integers as a fraction, feel free to as of right now, but by the time we take a test, I really need you to just write the integer. So slope is referred to as rise over run. So in that top blank, the numerator, you're going to write the word rise. And in the bottom, you're going to write the word run. So if you want to write out to the side what I'm about to say about each of these, you can if you want to. Rise is how far you move up or down on the graph. This number can be positive or negative. If you go up, it's going to be positive, and if you go down, it's going to be negative. This number is also what changes your overall slope, whether it's negative or positive. Run is how far you're moving to the right. No matter if you're going up or down, your graph will be moving to the right some. And this number will always be positive. Okay, so your next blank on your notes, it says slope-intercept form. This is where you're going to write your equation. So the equation for slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b. The m is the slope, which is rise over run, and then b is your y-intercept. By now, you should all know what a y-intercept is. So if your y-intercept is a negative number, if it falls below the x-axis, this will obviously turn your equation into y equals mx plus negative b, which can be simplified to just y equals mx minus b. When looking at a given slope and y-intercept, like the first 4 practice problems on your note sheet, you're simply just plugging in numbers. It's that easy, but I'm going to work the first 2 with you. Okay, so we're going to look at number 1 here. We see that our slope is 3 and our y-intercept is 6. So you always start by just writing your y equals, and then our slope is 3, so that goes in the m spot. So we have 3x, and your x is there no matter what number you have. And then your slope-intercept is a positive 6, so that means it is plus 6. And there's our first equation. Now we move on here, and we do our y equals no matter what it is. You cannot simplify this anymore, so it needs to be just 1/2 x. And then our y-intercept is a negative this time, so you can put plus -4, or you can just write -4, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, so now that we've done the first 2 problems together, I need you to pause this right here and complete 3 and 4 on your own. Now that you know how to create your own equation, we're going to pull an equation from the graph. This is number 5 and 6. Let's look at 5 together. Here. So there are some points that are plotted throughout this line, but first you're going to look at where the line crosses your y-axis. And that point is 0, 2. So if you want to go ahead and write out your y equals and your x, and then you have blanks. So this one is above the x-axis, so it's going to be a plus, and then it's at 2. And then you're going to go from there and see what your rise or your run is. So you're not rising, you're going down 1. So that means your rise is -1. And then you're going 1, 2 over to the right. So your slope is -1/2, and that cannot be simplified anymore. So y equals -1/2 x plus 2 is your equation. Now pause here again and do number 6 on your own. The next 4 examples on the back of your notes are graphing equations. The first 2, you're already given the equation, and then the second 2, you're given your slope and your y-intercept, just like the first 4 problems on the front. So we're going to do the first 2 together. So when you're given the equation first, you're going to want to look at your y-intercept before you do anything else. This is at 2, so that means you're plotting a point at 0, 2. Now please include your ordered pair here. And we see that our slope is just 2. There's no negative around it, so that means it was 2 over 1, correct? So that means you're rising up 2, 1, 2, and you're going over 1. Now you only need 2 points to plot a line. So you're going to draw a line through those and continuing. And you're going to want to put little arrows at the end to show that it is a continuous line. And there is your line. And please plot your second as well. So what is that? 1, 4. And that shows that you have 2 points plotted. Now let's move on to the next one. You're going to want to look at your y-intercept before you do anything else. So you're going to come down here to -3, 0, -3. And then this is your slope. So that means you're going up 1 and over 2. Up 1, 1, 2 over. And then that point is 2, -2. And you're going to draw a line between those. Include arrows to show that it's continuous. And there is your 2 plotted lines. Now just pause this and then finish the rest of your notes. Tomorrow in class, as you come in, I will be taking these worksheets up and I will be checking them for accuracy. And I will record any kind of comments or concerns that I may have about your work before we take our quiz tomorrow. Okay, I know I just said the word quiz. It is a quiz, but if you do this worksheet tonight, you will be absolutely fine on this quiz tomorrow. So it is 2 short questions. You will be creating your own equations, and examples of each of these types of equations are on this note sheet tonight. So just do a little quick review before you come to my class tomorrow, and you will be completely fine. So now that I made you do all of this on paper and that you're completely stressed out over this quiz, I'm going to show you a little hack on how you pull points from your graphing calculator. Okay, so we're going to look at number 1 on the back for our calculator example. You're going to go to this y equals button right here, and I have an equation plugged in, but you're going to press 2, this button right here that has the x, 2x plus 2. Just as simple as that. And then to pull points from this, you're going to press this little second button and then table or graph. It says graph, but when you press second, you're going to the table. And this shows you points. So as we saw with our graphing beforehand, we have a point at 0, 2. So if we put in 0, we see that our y is 2 here. Now, if we put in 1, we see that the y value is 4 when x is 1. And you can do this with any of your graphs. Okay, now that I just taught you the calculator trick, you will not be able to use your calculator for tomorrow's quiz, but I think you will be fine considering that you just did your entire note sheet before you knew this hack. But if you do have any questions, feel free to email me tonight or just save your questions up for our discussion before we take the quiz tomorrow in class. I will see y'all then.